So today we're going to create a shape abstract design, and first step we're going to do is write our name on the top. And class code on the top. I'm going to turn it over, and the paper is going to be vertical. I have a lid here. This lid is the shape that I want everyone to think about, which is a sort of a medium shape, and you can use a lid or just draw the circle right in the middle of the paper. And I'm going to draw light on the paper. And once you have your circle, then you're going to draw two curved lines. And then when you're done with your curved lines, you're going to erase the half on top of the circle. So we don't need that anymore. Then you're going to draw a line, horizontal line starting from towards the end of your circle. And I'm just taking my pencil and I'm making a curved line attached with a horizontal line. And I'm going to erase whatever's inside. Then I'm going to draw another curve next to it. And we're going to make 4 of these. So that's 2. And this is 3. And 4. Once that is 4, then I'm going to make a curve, another curve edge on the top. And so we're making a curved line going upward. And as you can see, this is a light bulb. So a light bulb has a circle shape. Erase the inside of this part. And here is the curve on top. And for the light bulb, on the top of the light bulb, we're going to draw a horizontal line. Now we're going to draw whatever inside of the light bulb. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line in the middle of the light bulb. And I'm going to draw a half circle. So I'm going to use another small cap to show how big the half circle should look. So it should be this big. And then I'm going to draw some diagonal lines around the circle. And I'm going to draw a circle for each line. And so once you're done with the circles, you're going to erase the inside of the circles, and next we're going to draw the buildings. Okay, so I started off with a couple of buildings. My buildings are very slanted and they are all joined together. So I'm going to finish this section off of the buildings, and I'm just taking up some room the other side, and see if they're all slanted, and I want to make it as abstract as possible for when, because this is an abstract design. If you come up with something different, that's okay. You can use your own ideas. I'm just giving you an idea of how to use different shapes on a design. Now we're gonna create windows for our design. So I'm gonna show you two types of windows for each of the buildings. So I'm gonna show you this one, which is just one window after another window, and we have this other design, which is a long window that's a rectangle. So you could do that, or you can do the two windows, which are one and one next to each other. So you can choose between these three designs for your windows. And I'm going to finish off camera, and then I will come back to you with the windows complete. So here are my windows completed. Now I'm going to outline all of the sections with a black marker. You can use a color pencil or a crayon that is black, or you can use purple, gray, brown, anything that's dark that will bring out the different types of shapes. I have now finished the buildings outlining, plus the windows. If you want to have black for the windows, you can use purple, or you can use a dark contrast color, anything that's cool colors, earth tone colors, which are brown, grays. And now I'm going to outline the sun and the circles. And for the circles, I'm going to add a little bit of a shine to the circles. So I'm going to add a little opening to my circle. Well, let me do it for this one. And for the opening, it's going to show a reflection in the light bulb. So I'm just drawing a triangle, and I'm just using the marker to do this. Now, I would suggest all of you to use pencil first, but I am just showing you some different types of shapes you can include in your reflection. So that's a circle. I'm going to do a little square. And see with the reflections. And for all the circles, you do not need to have all reflections. So I chose 4, and the 3 last ones I will do reflections on. So for this one, I'm going to do a circle reflection. And for this one, I'm going to do triangle. And for the last one, I'm going to do a square. And so far, here is the light bulb design of the different geometric shapes. Now I'm going to start coloring using different supplies. And the different supplies can be crayons, markers, or colored pencils. So first I'm going to start off with the water, and I'm going to do 2 tones of the water. We've done this before with the blending. So I'm going to use crayons, light blue and dark blue. I'm going to start off with the light blue on the bottom of my light bulb here. And I'm going to gradually go up. And you want to make sure that there's no white spots when coloring. And I'm going to take up my blue, and I'm going to start color blending that out. And I'm just going over the part. And that looks more blended. Now I'm going to take this section over here, and I'm going to color this part light blue. And then going on top, which is the dark blue. And I'm taking the light blue crayon, and I'm just blending that all together. And now it looks more like the ocean. And we're going to take the light blue. Now, if you don't have light blue or dark blue at home, you could do sea. You could do a sea with green, because there is green in the sea. And I'm going to take my dark blue and I'm going to continue on blending those two together and see how this is looking a little bit more realistic. We want some realism in our abstraction as well. So I'm just taking my blue and I'm going over the other dark parts, and then I'm going to keep coloring inside the section, and I'm going to go over the section with light blue, and I'm going to finish off the top with some dark blue. And this is called color blending. We're using 2 crayons to color blend. We don't need any paint for this. Easily color blend using 2 simple materials. So now that we're done color blending the ocean, we're going to do the same thing with the sun. My first color is going to be red. And I'm going to use this light violet red for the sun. I'm just going to cut the wrapper off. So when you have crayons that are broken, all you want to do is just take off the wrapper when you have a broken crayon. Then so for now you're going to do this on the bottom, and you're just going to go up and around the buildings. I'm going to go too much. We want to have 3 colors for the sun. And the sun has what's called warm colors for the sun. Now I'm going to take my orange and go on top. With the color. And see, I'm just blending within the red, and I'm going to keep going on top with the orange. Now I'm taking my red and I'm just going to keep blending. And see, the colors now have changed when you blend them together. And this gives it a more naturalistic effect. Just going to keep blending. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow crayon. I'm just going to go up. And this rest of the section is going to be yellow. And I'm just taking it up. And see, now it's getting more color blended within the area. And I'm going to take my red and continue to color blend on the bottom. Now it looks more just like the sun is setting. And I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to go over the whole red now. And see, now the colors have changed into a more orangey red tone. Now you could just do this with orange and yellow. I decided to do this with 3 different colors. Now for the background, what I'm going to do is color the whole thing yellow first. Then I'm going to start blending. So I'm going to color the outside, so the whole sky is going to be yellow. And then when I'm done coloring the sky, then I'll show you how to blend near the sun. So now that I finished the background of my landscape, I'm going to take the red and I'm going to just do a little bit of red, starting from the curved line, and I'm making circular motions around the line. Not doing too much red, I want to focus more on the orange. Okay, and now I'm going to take orange. I'm going to go over the orange, and I'm going to push that upward. So I'm just going up, and I'm going up with it, and I'm going to keep going up. I'm not going to go all the way up to where the circles are for the sun rays. No, I'm just going to stay down below. And now take yellow, which I'm going to need more yellow, so I'm just going to rip off the wrapper. And I'm going to go over that in my background. And I'm just pushing up the orange, because with the yellow, the colors push up, and that's the effect that you want, is for the colors to blend really well. Okay, so now we have this complete. I am going to go over some parts that were colored in by accident with my marker. And you could do this with your crayon, color pencil as well. And you want to get that to be dark. Okay. Now for the light bulb on the top, you can leave it white or you can color. And I'm going to color using a different color. So I'm going to choose greens. So I have not used the color green yet. I used every other color besides green. So I'm going to color my top using the yellow, because usually when you look at a lamp, a light bulb, the top is usually colored yellow. And now I'm going to be creative and just color using the lightest colors that I have in my crayon box of green. Now, if you do not have different shades of green, you can use green and mix the green and yellow together to make a light color. And I'm just going to color each one's the different color. And I'm going to finish the 1, 2, 3, 4 last rows off camera. So here's just row 2. So here is the completed project, and I've used the different shades of green, and I added some gray to the roofs of the buildings. So for this project, we did a abstract shape landscape using a real-life object such as a light bulb. Our shapes are geometric, which are circles, rectangles, and squares, and we used abstract shapes such as the top of the light bulb, which are organic. And then we went back and we started to color blend using different shades of warm and cool colors inside of the light bulb for the landscape.